Back then, you were being selfish, right?
I was being selfish.
Well, you're being selfish right now. Your boy's hurt. Your boy's very hurt. And what he's asking you is, yeah, Mom, I want to see you, but I want somebody there that I can trust. He's saying he can't trust you yet. You don't just get to pop back in their lives after 7 years and say, trust me now. He's a child. You got to earn his trust back. And quite frankly, I wouldn't agree to give you unsupervised visits with him. After what you did, you don't get that. And whether you feel you're ready or not, your son doesn't feel it. How's he going to walk up to you? You're going to call him a liar again when he comes to you with the problem?
This whole spiel, this whole speech from you.
You've had some unsupervised visits already. Is that right, John?
Yeah, we've had it before.
And during these unsupervised visits that you did have, strange men at the visits, let them play in a construction site sandbox, they got into a car accident.
Okay, they weren't playing at no construction site sandbox for one, because there was a pile of sand
you're right. It was a sandbox.
Maybe they're lying about that. How about the strange men at the visits?
Well, first of all, when they first started...
Are you talking about the supervised visits?
No,
yes,
we're talking about the unsupervised visits. We're talking about the unsupervised. You had men. Was it maybe the same goof that you were making out with at the bar? I don't know. Who are these strange men you bring around your children? You get a chance at an unsupervised visit with your boy, and you have some creeps hanging around? Why? Why is that?
They stopped over to visit.
They stopped, and you say, I'm sorry, but I have my boys. Come back some other time. I very rarely get my boys. I very rarely ever see them. So I would please, if you could go away so I could give my boys, who got taken away from me because I was a drunk, I like being in a bar, my 3-year-old crosses highways at 12:30 in the morning, I think they get to have my undivided attention. Do you agree with me, John?
It would have been very nice to have it, but even when the rule was she wasn't supposed to have anybody, she'd tell us to keep it under a hush-hush situation.
I've never told my children to keep it hush-hush.
So John is lying? Tell John he's lying.
John, that's not true. I've never told you to keep it hush-hush.
Why are you lying again?
Because I'm not lying on that. I will stand my ground on that one. I have never once told my children
this is the new program.
Hush, hush.
This is the new mom, the be-all-you-can-be mom. John,
you know what? I remember it like it was yesterday.
Hush, hush.
When we stopped at that holiday station to pick up Rick for the first time, your boyfriend Rick, who is now your husband, who you were not supposed to have on the visit, you said, you know, you're like, we stopped there and you said, we're picking up a friend, and I'm like, you're not supposed to have anybody here, it's only us. And you said, well, just don't say anything. That's a hush-hush.
Is that true?
No, that is not true, John. Because I have not been seeing Rick but 4 years, and we just recently got married.
So you're basically calling John a liar.
And we haven't had unsupervised visits for 3 years.
Well, that's a good thing. Don is saying he wants it to stay that way, that you should have supervised visits. This young man is hurt. He looks like he is still in pain about a lot of things. And you're telling him, John, keep quiet about that. Let's play by my rules. You're really making a real good effort there to get your boys back, huh? You're really making a really strong effort, really changing things around. Still telling your boys, basically call him a liar. This is the way you told me he was a liar in the bar? Look him in the eye and say, John, you're a liar. I never told you to be quiet. I never told you hush-hush.
I have never told you to hush-hush about who's with me or who I picked up.
You remember what I said to you one of the first few things that I said on the show? Was that at the end of this, I hope you can admit to everything. Don't start now. The first step of forgiveness is admitting to it. You haven't admitted to anything since we left.
I did too. I admitted that I hurt you, and I said I was sorry.
Sorry doesn't cut it. Admitting
I know
to
sorry
everything
doesn't cut
is
it,
what
but that's
helps.
the only thing I have to give back to you right at the moment.
How about admitting to what actually happened? You know what? When you stand up here, you were going to lie until I bust out the police reports on your ass. It was the post office. It wasn't the bar. And then, bam, we have a police officer report saying you were in the bar. Oh, then you were going to tell about that. Only because you know we got the goods on you. Now, your son, you had visits that were supposed to be nobody else there. You weren't supposed to bring men into it. You went and you picked a man up, right? You picked up a man that wasn't supposed to be there, right? He
No, I
wasn't.
did not pick
Nobody's
up
supposed to
anybody.
be there. You went and got your boyfriend, Rick, right?
No, I have not been
Steve,
with Rick for
Steve,
4
can I ask-
years.
can I ask
So
you
he's
something?
lying about it.
What was that, John?
Can I ask her something, Steve?
You can ask whatever you want, young man.
Then let me ask you then. When we were doing unsupervised visits, we had to switch at a halfway mark at some point in there. If you could have Rick on your visit, how come you had to pick him up at the gas station? Why couldn't he be in the car the whole time? Why couldn't he be in there so my mom and dad could see him? Yeah, I mean, mom is.
I'm not recalling this, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. Because I've never picked Rick up halfway.
I don't recall. I don't
I've never
recall.
picked Rick up
I
halfway.
don't recall.
I've never picked up Rick at
Senator,
all.
I don't recall.
He's met us at the house before, yes, at the
No.
apartment.
And he wasn't supposed to be there, right?
Last time I checked, we didn't live
From
at
my
the holiday
knowledge, there was
station.
always every right for the kids to have, or for me to have somebody at the house.
How about the creepy guys that came over to the house that you've admitted to? The creepy guys that came over to your house, they came over, Steve. I don't have a front door. I can't keep them out. I had my door wide open. The creepy guys just walked in.
And who were they creepy to? The kids, because they didn't know them. They were not creepy.
That's the point.
Right. But I didn't know
That's
they
the
were...
point, you dumbass.
I didn't know they were creepy.
John, do you have anything else you want to say to your mother so I can begin my tearing down of her?
I just wish you'd admit it to me. Just because that would make me feel so much better. I mean, just admitting it to me would make me feel great.
John, I have admitted to you that I've hurt you.
That's
I've hurt
not
you in
the
many
only
different
thing
ways.
you need to admit to.
But
Okay, so
I
you admitted
can't,
to
I
the
can't
abusing.
fix it only other than to say I'm sorry. That I promise not to hurt you again like that.
Okay, you know what, John? Go back
And that's it.
and
That's all I can
relax
do.
backstage. I'll take it from here. How dare you come on my show